Today, we're going to talk about a kind of power that's way more fundamental than any physical force. We're diving into the incredible value of self-control.
So let me ask you something. When you hear that word strength, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's probably, lifting heavy weights or maybe running a marathon. But today, we're going to totally challenge that definition and explore a much deeper kind of power.
And this is really the heart of it. True, lasting strength. It isn't found in how big your biceps are. It's found in the discipline, in the mastery that we build over our own thoughts, our own impulses, and our own emotions.
Now, this whole idea of inner strength, it isn't some new age concept. Not at all. It's actually deeply, deeply rooted in ancient wisdom. So let's take a look at where it comes from.
This line right here, it's incredibly powerful, and it comes from a Sanskrit shloka. It says that self-control is the highest form of dharma, which you can think of as our righteous duty or purpose. But here's the key part. Notice it says towards all beings. That's huge. It means our own self-mastery isn't just for us. It has a ripple effect on literally everyone and everything around us.
The actual Sanskrit term for this is dhamma, and the most important word in its definition is practice. This is so crucial. Self-control isn't some trait you're born with. It's a skill you have to develop, just like learning an instrument. It's the conscious act of mastering your inner world to build real, unshakable strength.
Okay, but what does this actually look like in real life? Well, it breaks down into 4 pretty simple, totally actionable steps. First, managing our anger instead of letting it manage us. Second, keeping our greed in check. Third, thinking before we speak so we don't cause harm. And fourth, breaking free from those bad habits that hold us back. All of a sudden, this big, ancient idea feels doable, right?
So, to really see this concept in action, let's turn to a story from the ancient epic, the Mahabharata. We're going to talk about a character named Bhishma Pitamaha, who is maybe the ultimate embodiment of self-control.
Now, I want you to just try and imagine this for a second. For his father's happiness, Bhishma took this absolutely monumental vow. He willingly gave up his right to be king, and he gave up any chance of ever getting married or having a family. I mean, it's an almost unimaginable act of self-denial.
And this is where we see it all come together. Bhishma was a legendary warrior, no doubt, but his real strength, his true power, was his incredible ability to put his duty above his own deepest personal desires. He mastered what he wanted for the sake of a higher purpose.
And this wasn't just some grand gesture he did once. No way. This was his entire life, a lifetime of always keeping his word, of staying disciplined, and, this is the tough one, of mastering his emotions, even when things got incredibly painful.
And that's the ultimate lesson from his story, isn't it? The reason Bhishma was so powerful, so respected, was because of his self-control. His internal mastery was so much more formidable than any weapon he could ever pick up.
Okay, so that's an epic tale, but let's bring this idea out of the ancient world and into our lives, right here, right now. How can we actually apply this in a practical, everyday way?
The truth is, we all face this choice every single day. On one side, you have the impulsive reaction, lashing out when you're angry, getting sucked into hours of distractions. We've all been there. And on the other side, you have disciplined action, taking that crucial pause to just think and keeping your eyes on your long-term goals. And the rewards for choosing discipline? They're very, very real. You start making better decisions because you're not just running on impulse. You avoid those painful moments of regret, you know the ones. And just as important, other people learn they can count on you, and that builds real, lasting trust.
So where does all this lead? What's the ultimate prize for cultivating all this inner strength? Well, let me tell you, it's about something way bigger than just having a better day.
Before we get to that final takeaway, I want you to make this personal. Just take a second, look at this question, and really think about it. What is just one habit, one single impulse, that you'd like to have a little more mastery over in your life, starting today? And this is where it all comes together. The final, most powerful lesson is this: he who controls himself can control his destiny. See, this isn't just about managing your temper or avoiding one more distraction. It's about taking the reins of your own life. When you master your inner world, you gain the power to shape your outer world. The only question left is, what will you choose to master first?